Standing here right now with Kyle. He does the voice of Gohan in Dragon Ball Z, among many others. Kyle, thank you for stopping by and chatting with us. Real quick, I know you've got a bunch of things you got to get through, very busy afternoon, but tell me, your role as Gohan and some of the voice characters that you do, what type of role does Gohan play in this new movie that we can expect?
Well, I'm going to be watching the movie for the first time today with the fans and the world premiere. It's just exciting to be a part of something like that from the ground up. I rarely get to see things in advance like this, so it's exciting just from that perspective as a voice actor. And then second of all right, so we're gonna tackle that and have the English version out this summer, and we have that rare advantage. Like, all right, I saw the whole thing in context as opposed to the director just saying, all right, in a paragraph, this happens, and your character does this, this, and this. Okay, cool, and then we're off and running. It feels a little more fulfilling to be able to have this sort of background.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I know that right now when we go in and check out the movie, it's going to be subbed over. It's going to be all in Japanese. We'll have English subtitles. And the English version of the movie comes out later on this summer. I know you probably don't know the exact date, but has the dubbing already started for Funimation? Have you guys started doing your voice work at all yet? Not yet.
I'm imagining it's going to happen soon. We cranked out Battle of Gods at the last moment, right before the premiere July 4th weekend last year, so hopefully we'll get it done quicker. We'll see what happens. I love the fact that the window of release is much quicker. Battle of Gods came out a year before it did in English. This time it's just a matter of maybe 6 months or less, and that's exciting. I'm dreaming of a day that we can have day and date release, like the broadcast dubs that Funimation are doing. With Dragon Ball Z, that would be huge.
Just a real quick question outside of the world of Dragon Ball Z. Obviously, this is a really big thing. It's had a massive influence on Eastern and Western culture. Is there any anime series that you're going to be becoming a part of that you can lend your voice to that fans of yours will be really excited about?
Ooh, well, usually I can't talk about things until they come out, but I'm continuing to work on Naruto. I've got some new smaller size, bite-sized anime series in the works, as well as a lot of exciting game projects that I can't wait to announce. But, of course, follow me on social media, and as soon as I blab it on there, the world will know.
And where can people find you on social media? Twitter, for example, Facebook?
At Kyle Hebert, Kylehebert.
Cool. Kyle, thank you for taking the time to chat with us. Have a good rest of the afternoon.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with Justin Cook at the Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F premiere. Justin, thank you for taking time to chat with us for a minute.
Thank you for being here, man.
I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you have a very busy afternoon, but real quick, I'm just curious. This is the second Dragon Ball Z film that's debuted in North America, right? Like in theaters. Can you tell me a little bit about what your experience was over the past two movies, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F?
Well, we're working on Resurrection F right now, so the experience, you're seeing it, but it's been absolutely incredible. The fan outpouring is just heartwarming. I don't have words for it. It's incredible.
As Resurrection F, you guys are still doing the English dub for that right now? It's not complete yet?
Yes, that's right. We're working on it.
All right. Well, that's really great. I really appreciate it. Again, I just wanted to ask a couple questions here. When it comes to doing a movie in North America, what is one of the bigger key differences from doing, like, let's say, a continuous TV series where you do Dende, Raditz, Majin Buu, things like that?
I don't know. The story's a little bit more self-contained. It's kind of a bookended process. So I guess with that part of it, it feels like there's a conclusion, I suppose. With a series, it goes on and on and on and on. But Dragon Ball Z's kind of got that feel.
And one last question: is there anything outside of Dragon Ball Z you're currently working on that fans can look forward to that you'll be a part of?
Isn't this enough for right now?
It certainly is, definitely. But as a big fan, like I said, we always want to see you doing more work, and when it comes to anime stuff. But
we'll never stop.
All right, well, that's great. Thank you for taking time, sir. I really appreciate it. Have a good rest. I'm standing right here with the man, the myth, the legend himself, the Prince of all Saiyans, Chris Sabat, the voice of Vegeta, among many others in Dragon Ball Z. Chris, thank you for taking time to chat with us.
Thank you for having me.
So I just got done chatting with Justin Cook, but I'm curious, when it comes to the Dragon Ball Z films, this is the second major Dragon Ball Z film to be in North American theaters. Can you tell me a little about what the experience differs from being like in an anime series such as Dragon Ball Z and things of that nature?
The difference is it's so insane. Like, we started dubbing this show in like 1998 in what was essentially basically a closet or a conference room in a tiny little box, dubbing this show, trying to get it on Cartoon Network. Sure. None of us had any clue that it was going to be as successful as it ended up being, or as much of a cultural touchstone as it has been. So being here, like, in Hollywood on a red carpet doing this is unlike anything I could have possibly ever expected. It's like my entire Dragon Ball Z experience just leveled up. It just powered up to something much bigger.
Sure, insert over 9,000 joke here.
Yeah, there's over 9,000 people here.
So when it comes to the characters that you do, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you do more voices on the Dragon Ball Z English dub than anybody else. I mean,
right.
You do Vegeta, Piccolo, two of the more well-known, respected, and probably favorited characters in the whole series, among many, many others. Is there a character that, outside of Vegeta, that stands out to you as being the most fun to portray or your favorite at heart?
Man, it's a lame answer to this, but there's not a better character in Dragon Ball Z than Vegeta. Sorry, Sean.
I would agree.
But I can't even hear this. That's okay. There's no better character than Vegeta. He has the best backstory, I believe. I think he's suffered the most in the series of anyone. Goku, to me, is just like a naive guy with a head injury.
Sure.
And Vegeta has been suffering his entire life. Like he was, he lost all of his family and friends. His planet was destroyed, raised by Frieza, who I'm really excited to resurrect in this movie and then hopefully destroy. I have not seen it yet.
Really?
Oddly enough, they gave me an animatic so I could start prepping for the dub, but I didn't want to watch it before today. I really wanted to experience it in theater with everybody else. I'm so excited.
Now, you said that Vegeta is obviously one of the better characters to portray and is definitely the most fun for you. He's probably the one that goes through more character development than anything else.
Right.
Throughout your multiple dubs through video games, TV, obviously movies, is there any major character changes that you've gone through personally while doing these roles?
I'm a lot more angry than I used to be. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You try screaming in the booth for 4 to 6 hours and you'll be angry when you're done too.
Absolutely.
No, I feel I'm just so grateful to have been involved in something like this. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for that weird chance that I got on this strange Japanese show back in 1998. So I'm really humble about where I started and where I am now. And man, I don't even know. I don't even know how to answer that because it's still amazing to me even after all this time.
Now, your range and your ability to do roles has not stopped you from delving into things outside Dragon Ball Z. I know that you did some pieces for Attack on Titan and some of the characters there.
Yeah, I played the strongest character in Attack on Titan. His name was Warman. Yeah,
I'm wearing a jacket.
He whined like a little bitch the entire time. Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, when I watched the Japanese role and then I ended up catching it in English and I heard your voice, I was like, oh my God, it's Chris. I didn't expect you to be in that. But to my question, just wondering, like outside of Dragon Ball Z, is there something coming up that you're really looking forward to as far as a role you'll be taking on, an anime that fans of yours can be really excited about?
I'm trying to think. It's always scary in the anime business to talk about like what's coming up because I don't know what's been announced yet. But I recently did a stint on a show called Psychopaths.
Okay.
I'm playing Hawk in a show called Yoma of the Dawn. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I've heard of it in passing, but I have not seen them.
It's a second season broadcast dub. We didn't dub the first season. We're sort of taking over halfway through, and that's been a really fun dub to work on. And I also just played a ridiculous character in this show called Rolling Girls. Are you familiar with that show?
No.
Oh my God, he's this dude. He's sort of a villain character. He has a motorcycle helmet on, and whenever he talks, he's like the head of a motorcycle gang. Whenever he talks, he revs the engine of his motorcycle. It's like, I can't stand all these people. And the idea is so that the engine's going to be so loud you'll barely be able to hear him.
That's stupendous. Chris, I know you've got a lot of other people to get to. You've got
Thanks.
a busy afternoon. I really appreciate you taking the time to sit here and chat with us.
Thank you very much.
Real quick, do you want to plug geekoutpost.com as well?
Yeah.
Do you want to plug that real
Sure.
fast?
Geekoutpost.com. I think it's awesome. I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't use the internet. I'm a Saiyan, and I destroy people for a living. Bye.